back, and today I'm bringing you something very different, something I've never ever done before, and I'm kind of worried because I think it's going to go quite badly, but we'll see. This video today is going to be whole face using only eyeshadows, okay? Only eyeshadows. Yeah, you heard. So I'm not allowed to use anything else at all apart from I will be using eyelashes, because obviously the eyelashes I can't build my eyelashes with eyeshadow, so no. So yeah, that's that. Let's get started, guys. The thing I really don't like about this challenge is the fact I can't use eyeshadow primer. I haven't done my eyeshadow without eyeshadow primer in a long time. So for my eyes, I'm going to be using the Malibu Barbie eyeshadow palette from ColorPop. I love this palette a lot. This is what it looks like inside. I absolutely love this palette. The pigments are so good, so strong, beautiful colours. It's really good, really nice palette. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that, shall we? So I am going to start by taking this shade here, and it is called Make Waves. These are all like beachy kind of names, which is quite cute. This is different, putting it on bare skin, very different. Next I'm going to use one of my favourite shades. This is the pink and it is called Best Coast. I love this colour, so beautiful, so bright, and I'm putting that just above my crease. I think that's actually my most said quote in my videos. I'm going to put that just above my crease. If you've been here before, you will have heard that many times from me. I feel like I'm just always saying it. It feels so weird putting this on my bare eyelids. It really does feel weird. It's not as bad as I thought. I thought it would actually be a lot worse, but it's not the best. I like those colours together actually. I haven't used those two colours together. They look really nice. So next, what's next, guys? There's many things we could do here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this colour here. And this colour is called Cali Girl or Carly Girl, one of them. But it's this really beautiful gold shimmer, really nice. I'm gonna put that. Whoa, look at that. I mean, that is just something else, I tell you. It's just so shimmery. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. So I am getting some creasing because I'm not using any eyeshadow primer, and that's really upsetting me. It looks pretty anyway. Now what I'm gonna do is take the Best Coast shade. I'm just going to reinforce that. Looking nice. I do like these colours. I love sort of like pink, orange, gold. And then once more I am just going to apply that gold again. Just a little bit, reinforce it a tiny bit. Now I'm going to take this massive palette. This is the xxRevolution xxCloud shadow palette. I love this. It is huge. Look at that. And I'm going to use this shade here. This is one of my favourite shades in the whole world. I actually sometimes use this as a highlighter. It's so beautiful. You wait. I'm going to put that along my brow bone just to highlight my brow bone. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So shimmery. And then I'm also going to put that in the inner corner of my eye and just slightly go onto the lid as well, just a tiny bit onto the face. Yay! I'm really nervous about this. It might end up really good, it might end up really bad, because it may well be fine, it may well be something I do more often. You never know. I have many shades, but I am very pale, and I cannot find a shade that I think is going to look good. So I'm just going to use this because I feel like it might be close to my skin tone, and this is the Body Shop Colour Crush in the shade Gold Rosemance. Oh. Probably going to be quite dark on me, but I'm going to try it because I just don't know. I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know. So I'm going to use this as foundation. Also, it's not really very nice putting this on not primed skin. I usually use primer on my skin, and this feels very... Oh wow, that's shimmery. Oh no. I thought this was matte. I haven't used this in a long time. This is a shimmer. Oh no. I'm going to put a little bit all over then, and then maybe not use that as the foundation. Let's discard that one. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to try this one then. This is the Profusion Mixed Metals. I've only used this once. I'm going to use this one here. This is definitely be too dark, but I just haven't really got anything that's going to be the right colour because I'm so pale. It's not as bad as I thought actually. It's a bit dark. Well, it's kind of evening out my skin, I think. I really hope this doesn't make my spots even worse than they already were. I'm not going to be happy. Okay, it's definitely evened out my skin tone. It certainly seems that way. Seems a bit more even. I'm having to use quite a lot, and I mean the pan is quite small, so it's kind of hard to sort of have to keep dipping it in carefully that I don't get this shimmer shade next to it all over my brush. Can't believe I put that shimmer shade. I honestly thought that Body Shop was matte. I really thought that one was matte, but it was not. So now I'm going to take my Big Cloud palette again, and I'm going to take this shade here, because I think this one might be good for the concealer, possibly. Now I'm going to put that where I would normally put the concealer. Okay, it's lighter than I thought actually. So that's not bad. Again, these pans are small for face makeup. You know what I mean? It's hard because you sort of try not to pick up all these bright colours on your brush. Covering up my dark circles a tiny bit. I really don't know how my skin's going to feel at the end of all this. It's a lot of powder. Like, really a lot of powder. This is very pale. I mean, it's not far off my skin tone actually, but it looks really pale. Maybe I'll use a white. I'm going to use the white from this, I don't know how you say this brand. Only I'm just going to use a very small amount. Actually, you know what, that's made quite a lot of difference. I actually quite like that. It's alright, it's not bad. I only want to leave it like that now. I think that is alright. For bronzer, I'm going to use my Profusion Mixed Metals palette again. I'm going to take this one here. Okay, it's not too bad actually. Once I blend it in, I think it'll be alright. It's actually a bit better than I thought this challenge. I thought that it was going to be much worse, much harder. Like, I thought it was going to look much worse. Like, it's actually kind of worked much better than I thought. I mean, it doesn't look amazing. Obviously, I wouldn't go out like this, but definitely not bad. So now I'm going to use the white from the other palette. I'm going to just sharpen that contour with the white, almost like I would with my powder. Okay, let's go with this one. This is the Revolution Maxi Reloaded palette. It's got a lot of pinks to choose from, and I am going to use this shade here. This is kind of bright but also sort of dulled down a little bit. It's quite toned down, I think. Look at that, perfect colour. Quite happy I chose that because it's not too bright, but it's also quite pink. I put way too much on there, guys. Way too much. I'm just going to use the first foundation shade that I used and just try and sort of tone that down a bit. Yeah, there we go. That's helping a bit, I think. Highlighter, I think it's pretty obvious which I'm going to use. Just in case you don't know, I'm going to use this shade here from earlier. I often use it as a highlighter anyway, so kind of makes sense too. But it is obviously an eyeshadow, so it is a bit, almost like a bit thicker. Like, it's not very soft, so you do have to be a bit careful. I like a lot of highlighter anyway, so I mean that's why I'm putting quite a bit on. But it definitely is a bit more shimmery than a highlighter. I kind of wanted to make my skin look a little bit less dry as well. That's why I'm using a little bit more, because it is quite dry with all this powder on. I feel like it just makes it look a little bit blurry, I hope. I'm going to use the black from this palette as an eyeliner now. Well, I probably should have done this before my face makeup. I kind of didn't really think. Some people actually do this anyway, so I'm not too worried, because it is something people do quite a lot. Especially people that don't like that harsh black eyeliner. Something a bit softer. That's actually quite nice, look at that. I kind of went a bit outwards with that. I kind of needed it to be a bit higher. Oh well. Kind of ruined the eyeliner, I think. I don't know. It's kind of a weird shape and a weird angle. It kind of goes straight out rather than angled. I don't really know why I did that. I'm going to leave it because there's not a lot I can do. I'm also going to just put some on the bottom as well. Pretty decent. I mean, this is something I usually do anyway, put eyeshadow on the bottom, so it's not going to go too wrong, I'm sure. Now I'm going to use the pink from the Barbie palette again, blend that in with black. I'm also going to smoke that shade slightly down. So I'm just going to put some of the shade I used as the highlighter again in the inner corners of my eyes, just to reinforce that a little bit. I'm going to use this one here from this palette. I just feel like it might be a good shade. Might be a tiny bit dark. Okay, it is a little bit dark. It's working quite well actually as an eyebrow powder. They're a little bit dark, a little bit, but they're not too bad, I don't think. No, they're definitely not too bad. I think the colour I choose is okay. It's just a little bit dark. They are slightly different to each other, so just ignore that. I think they're alright, they are slightly different. For lips, I'm going to use the pink from the Barbie palette, and I'm also going to put some of this in the centre of the lips. So to do this, I'm going to apply it with a brush. My lips are going to be so dry. It's not really going on very well. Like, the colour is not really showing up that well. Horrible texture on my lips. It's not showing up that well, but it's not terrible. So I'm going to do my eyelashes now. I'm going to use the Glamour Lash from Sandy Glam. So yeah, I'm just going to put them on, and then I will be back. Hey guys, I am back. So here is the finished look. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Yeah, let's start with the eyes. I mean, obviously the eyeshadow's fine. That's sort of what I would do normally. However, it doesn't look the best just because there's no eyeshadow primer, and that definitely makes a difference. That's definitely not as good. However, it does look okay. Eyebrows, they're a little bit dark. They're alright. It was quite hard. They're alright. I don't really like them, but they're okay. Lips haven't really shown up very well, but they're a bit cracked. Foundation actually isn't bad. Like, the face makeup I did, like the foundation and concealer and the setting powder, actually isn't too bad. I mean, the under eye area is definitely covered up a bit, and my skin is definitely a bit more even. I mean, the coverage isn't, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it's obviously, look, I don't know if you can see there, my forehead, very sort of flaky and dry and cracked. Same with my cheeks, very sort of cracked and dry. Obviously bronzer and blush, a little tiny bit patchy, I would say, but it's not too bad. Highlighter looks good. I mean, the highlighter is sort of, it's just something I would use anyway as highlighter sometimes, so it's not that bad. The eyelashes, obviously I've not kind of gone over the lash band, whereas I would normally do that with eyeliner. But because I've been using the eyeshadow as eyeliner, I didn't want to put that on and then get eyeshadow all over my lashes, so that looks a bit shit. I think that's it, guys. yeah, it's not as bad as I thought. It definitely came out better than I thought. So what do you think, guys? What do you think of the look? What do you think of the techniques and the products that I used? What do you think? What do you think of the challenge? I mean, it was alright. Let me know what your thoughts are below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Since my last video, I have gained 4 subscribers and I am so happy. So happy. And I'm definitely getting more reach on my videos and more comments and stuff, so, and likes. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing and liking and maybe even commenting if you've got a minute, please, I would be so happy. And yeah, that's that, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and I will see you in my next video, I hope. Bye.